Hello, beloved listeners. This is your editor and one of your co-hosts, Hannah. I am just popping in here at the beginning of the episode to give you a couple of warnings and explanations about this week's episode, or this 2 weeks' episode. You'll hear a lot of what went on during the episode, but one thing that we didn't know until I went to edit this week is that Ben was using the wrong microphone when we recorded. So you'll hear instantly that baby Ben has very bad audio quality. He also was like playing with a fidget toy and typing a lot, and I tried to cut out as much of it as I could, but I'm sure I didn't get all of it. So if you hear a lot of clicking and clacking, that is Ben. He does kind of usually make a bit of clacking with his fidget toys, but you can't usually hear it very well because he's usually using a very different mic. So that is one thing that's going on that's going to be different from normal. The other thing is that Erin actually lost power about 10 minutes into the episode this week, and that is addressed during the episode. So, you know, we made it work. We pivoted. But when she came back, her power was not back on yet. So she was using a hotspot. And so she had a bit more of a delay than she did at the beginning. And again, I did everything that I could to make things align so that it didn't sound like there were like a lot of pregnant pauses between us speaking to each other. But if things feel a little awkward on the tail end of this, that's why. I think it's still an enjoyable episode, and I hope you like it. I think that's all I had to warn you about. So have a great couple weeks. Oh, I had one more thing to say. Stream Midnights. It came out great and quite gay. Not a coming out album, but pretty gay. Love you. Bye. Go.
Oh my god, Hannah, that was your worst yet. 3, 2, 1, go.
I dropped off all the things I love. Like I need a traffic jam to keep in touch. I can't focus on the words unless my hands are busy. I can't give up on the world or I will leave this city. And it's way too broad what I'm trying to say, but I write it down and let it go. And it's hard to know all the words I need to explain my heart in a single note.
Hello, and welcome to WayTooBroad, a show and tell program for really, really ridiculous, excitable grown-ups. I'm Hannah, and these are my co-hosts, Erin and Ben. Hi, Erin.
Hello, Hannah. Hello, Ben.
Hello, everyone. I woke up less than 10 minutes ago.
I think it just started to rain outside, you guys.
Oh my god.
You guys.
I love the fall rain.
Me too. I love the rain when it falls.
Why didn't it rain in the summer, though? How come it only rained in the fall?
Because we had to have a drought in the summer.
We were scheduled for a drought, and so we had to have the drought. Yeah.
Freaking got him.
Mm-hmm. It's so fall. Okay, this 2-week schedule has got me so backed up on stuff to talk about, but first we have to do what are we drinking? So, Erin, what are you drinking?
I've got 3 drinks. I've got a lemon lime seltzer water poured into a cup. I've got nice water poured into a cup. I've got white wine poured into a cup.
Ben, what are you drinking?
I got water poured into a cup. Big cup.
Big mug. I would call that
Big
a mug.
Yeah. A stein, if you will.
Oh.
I got water poured into a little pesto jar. That's what that was.
Free pesto.
Yeah, that's right. And I got a nice fresh apple cider with a little splash of whiskey in it.
Oh, did you go apple picking this week?
Yeah.
Weekend?
We did.
I got some apple cider.
We're having the most autumnal autumn you could imagine. First of all, the leaves are going crazy outside. Ian and I went apple picking by ourselves a couple weeks ago, got like a whole bunch of apples, and then Ian's family wanted to go this weekend, and we were like, sure, why not? And so we went and we got apple cider donuts, and we got apple cider, and I found my new favorite apple.
What is it?
What is it?
It's called ambrosia, and it's just really sweet, but like in a kind of a honey kind of way, like floral notes and stuff.
I feel like I've had one of those.
I like it a lot. I've been eating it for like breakfast. It's like just finishing up its season now, but I think it's like, I mean, I've seen listings for it on like Target and Walmart.com, so I'm hoping I can find them again because I only have one left.
You won't be near any doctors. Huh?
What?
Apple of the day keeps that doctor away. Am I right?
I see. Well, we do have a lot.
It won't be near any doctors.
We do have a lot more
you're
apples. Right. Yeah.
Hey, Erin, you're right.
You're right. You're right.
I feel like I was channeling Patty Harrison.
So,
Patty Harrison, and I think you should leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you know what line makes me think of you, Erin? In the books, the Locked Tomb series, there's a character who, I'm not going to say anything about him except that, in a couple different books, he goes, I guess I just always thought everything that was a pun was automatically funny.
Wow.
But he's a pretty important character, so you should take it as a compliment, I think.
Thank you. Wow, it just got really windy, too. What's going on?
What's going on?
Is there like a tornado in my area?
Did you summon the Headless Horseman with your candle?
I think I may have. It happened like right at the end of my candle. I thought about that, honestly. Right after I licked my candle with my eyes. What's happening with the weather?
So then after the apple picking on Saturday, then on Sunday we went for a hike and saw a bunch of beautiful fall leaves. And that was my whole weekend. Very autumn. Very nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. The pictures you posted were absolutely incredible.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful time. How's everyone else celebrating the fall?
I lit a candle.
Summoned a demon.
This weekend I went to Salem, Massachusetts, and then watched Hocus Pocus in the same day.
Oh no, Ben, wasn't it like absurdly crowded in Salem this weekend?
Yeah,
Ben just
fine,
won, Hannah. Ben just knocked you the fuck out of the running.
Yeah, we have a friend who his favorite month is October, but he doesn't like Halloween.
What?
And we were like, that's wrong. And his girlfriend really likes Halloween.
Ooh, my power just went
and
out.
they now own Boo. So they have a cat named Boo, and he doesn't like Halloween, which all seems wrong.
Wrong.
Wow,
Yeah.
Erin got frozen in the funniest face. Hold on, I have to
Oh
take a
gosh.
screenshot. Power went out. Oh no.
I don't know what of that is going to stay in or make any sense. So let's just tell everybody what just happened. So Erin, from the time that she mentioned it started raining until now, the thunderstorm got so bad that they have like inch size or bigger hail coming down and their power went out.
And that time
So
was less
we don't
than
have
10
Erin.
minutes.
Less than 10 minutes. So we don't have Erin right now. We don't know if we're going to have her back. We may have to like reschedule the rest of the podcast, but just in case it does come back, because it doesn't seem like the storm is actually going to be there for that long. I'm going to fill Ben in on the outcome of my predictions from last time. So I went back and listened and I, here were my predictions. It was October 6th when we were recording, and I was predicting that they were going to play some part of the music from the new Midnight's album in that evening's season premiere of Grey's Anatomy. And then I was predicting that at midnight that night, we were going to get a music video or a single at least. And I think I was even predicting that single was going to be Karma. None of that happened. I did watch the Grey's Anatomy premiere. It was fine, but not at all related. And it didn't get me back into the show. So, and at midnight, what we did get was what we got at midnight was a track announcement for a song called Lavender Haze, which is the first song on the album. We've mentioned to you, I think we mentioned at some point during the past few episodes that she had a lavender edition of her album that was exclusively on sale at Target, which is a very gay color, especially Sapphic has a lot of history.
Target's a very gay store.
Target's a very gay store. So we were like, oh, this is so promising. So Lavender Haze, that song name actually had been leaked. Actually, like the entire track list had been leaked like at some point during that week. So people like had heard that this might be the name of one of the songs, but we weren't sure until she announced it. And then I was like on a live with like a Gaylor creator that I like, and they were like all excited. And then someone was like, "Oh, she posted on Instagram." And so they went and watched the Instagram reel. And in the Instagram reel, she's been putting these up periodically where Erin says, "Keep vamping." She's been putting up these reels periodically with song track title announcements, where she explains like the inspiration behind the song, like, or what it's about or whatever. And so in this one, she said that she basically straight washed the color lavender in this reel. That was the first part of the reel, was her being like, "Oh yeah, so I was watching Mad Men and I saw someone use the expression lavender haze, and I went and Googled it, and it turns out that the lavender haze was like a common expression in the 50s for the being like in that like fresh, new, exciting like infatuation part of being in love, basically." And the song is about how you'll do anything to stay in that lavender haze, right? And everybody just took her word for it that was true. But if you actually like go and Google lavender haze and take out all of the results that have to do with Taylor Swift, like the ones that were there before, there's like there are a bunch of weed strains called lavender haze. And then there is one Urban Dictionary post that references the same scene in Mad Men that she was talking about. So it's sourcing from the same place that she heard the term. So like by all accounts, the phrase lavender haze didn't exist in the 50s. People have gone all like as far as asking their grandparents about it, just like, "Have you ever heard this phrase?" And they've not found one person who like knows this phrase. And that's fine. It's not a crime to like do shitty research or to take inspiration from things that are not from real life. But it was just kind of fucked up because like everyone just believed it and was like immediately spewing that information to anyone who was like a little bit mad about like couples tweeting out their straight pictures of their like straight relationship and being like, "We've been in our lavender haze for 9 years." And like also it is kind of funny because a phrase that is real that has the term lavender in it is a lavender marriage, which is a marriage between a lesbian and a gay man in order for them both to stay closeted and safe, which was like in the 50s and the 60s, like it's been around for a while. So it's erasing, and it's also kind of comical at the same time. But then the other thing she said in that reel was that she, and in her relationship of 6 years, which she like, I think weirdly didn't mention Joe's name or use any pronouns of any kind, but she was like, "We've been, there have been some weird rumors, tabloid stuff about us, and we just ignore it and stay in our lavender haze." That was all she said. So the part of her fandom that is like homophobic took that as like her being like, "I really can't stand it when people say specifically that I like women," and started just like harassing people on like every Gaylor creator they could find. Like every live that was happening, like the one I was in, I had already left it, but like they immediately got like report bombed and taken down. A bunch of the Gaylor subreddit, which has been around for years and years and years, had to go private because it was getting like brigaded by people like being like, "You guys are sick, you're fucked up, she wants you to stop." Wow. Like, she didn't even say, "I don't like it" or "it's upsetting." She said, "We ignore it," So it got very fraught very quickly. And it got also very publicly fraught very quickly. And suddenly like everybody was just like weighing in, even people who didn't know that Gaylors existed before like that weekend. So it got really just unpleasant to be even paying attention to like Swifties in that time. Things have softened up a bit since then. Also, she went completely quiet. And that was another thing Erin and I felt a lot of frustration about, because she's like been such a vocal ally or whatever for such a long time that like it's it's fine and understandable that she would not think ahead that the particular phrasing that she used would be so inflammatory, you know, but then for her to like, there's no way that she missed that that's what happened. And it was very clear from the fact that neither she nor her team said absolutely another word for like 5 days after that like they knew that there was some shit going down, but they did not say anything. They just waited like long enough that it felt okay to start talking again and then started doing promotional stuff again. So that feels bad. I still don't feel great about that. But I also like the other narrative that kind of came out from this Instagram reel was like, she's now this is her saying that she's straight. And that also did not happen. Like even, and like, I think Erin and I both unanimously feel like there's absolutely nothing, we don't really care about her boyfriend one way or the other, but like,
I didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
She has a boyfriend. She's had a boyfriend for 6 years. And people are like, oh, well, she talked about her relationship with Joe. People are mad because she's confirming that she's in a relationship, which means she's straight. But it's like, that is not what that means. Like, I mean, my theory has always been that she's bi. And that like, and so she could very easily be in an actual relationship with this guy. I do think it's weird the lengths that they go to, both being public figures, to never talk about each other. I think that's weird, but they have said that they want their relationship to be private. So like, whatever, like, do you? I don't care. But she didn't say she was straight. And like, people were just like convinced that that's what she said. So anyway.
Is he a known? I've never seen or heard of this person in my life. Is he a public figure?
Yeah, he's an actor.
Yeah, but like, is he like a actually very famous one?
No, no, actually, okay. I don't want to. I find his whole like. I find him very weird in general. Like he seems to be just generally very private. His IMDb is only like he only has like 13 or 15 like credits. But she met him at the Met Gala. Like he was there as an actor in a movie. Like. It's just like really, I don't know. It's very confusing. I did just watch a series that he stars in on Hulu called Conversations with Friends. And he was fine. He was good. Like he is very handsome and tall. Like they make a cute couple. It's just like, it's confusing. I'm not to say that like actors can't be private people, but I don't know. It's just it's odd to me. But, that's neither here nor there. Like she can be in a relationship with him, a long-term relationship, and still be a queer person.
And he co-wrote some of the songs on Folklore?
Yeah, that was weird too. Because she had a ghostwriter on 2 of the songs. Not a ghostwriter, but like someone using a pseudonym as a co-writer. And William Bowery, that's what it was. And no one would say who he was. And then she won a Grammy. And then after she won the Grammy, she like went back and credited Joe on those 2 songs. And then also as a producer on like 3 more or something, because you have to be, well, I don't know if this is why, but like that made him like credited on 30% of the album, which meant he also got a Grammy. So she like went back and like poked.
That's hilarious.
It was really weird. It was really weird.
That's so funny.
So that was like the Lavender Gate thing that happened on Friday. And then also in addition to that, it kind of got overshadowed, but every hour on the hour for like until like 4 or 5 a.m., she also announced the rest of the track titles in the same way. So by the time I woke up on Saturday morning, the entire track list had been announced, which was cool. Obviously, no one was talking about that because everyone was talking about Lavender Haze. So I think Erin and I both kind of tried to take a step back, like over the long weekend and like a lot of, like last week as well. We were just kind of like chilling on it, like only, engaging as much as we felt like was fun to, which wasn't a ton. But now that it's getting closer, they actually started leaking some lyrics today. Today is Monday, and then the album comes out on Friday, and this episode will come out on Sunday. So a lot will have happened even between now and when the album comes out, or when this episode comes out. But I am getting excited for it. I'm excited to hear it and how gay it is and stuff. So,
Or not gay.
I think it's gonna be pretty gay, to be honest.
You still think so, huh?
Yeah, I really do. That's
some belief.
I don't
trust.
think poor phrasing on one track explanation can erase like an entire career of queer coding lyrics. I really don't. And also I've learned other stuff about her like past on the internet. Like, okay, but let me tell you about this real quick. Like, one thing I learned recently is that back in like the mid 2010s, when Tumblr was like a big thing, she was on Tumblr. She was very active on Tumblr. And I guess it was around the time when like people were theorizing that she and Carly were a couple, and she would interact with those posts. She would like them and comment on them sometimes and stuff. And like she was playing in that space with people for a while. But then if you've ever heard anyone refer to Kissgate, or maybe you might even remember it happening, there was like this video that leaked one night of her and Carly at a concert. They were like up in the balcony area, and they were being extremely cuddly. And then there's like, it is a very blurry, it's very zoomed in video, but it really seems pretty obvious that they're kissing. And like that video, like overnight, just like was everywhere. And so like that next day after that happened, she got on Twitter and like she said, for my 25th birthday, I would really appreciate it if the media would stop accusing my friends of dating me. And then she went on Tumblr and like started liking posts talking about Kaylor's being weird. And then she left Tumblr completely. So like it really seemed like crisis management versus like really, always genuinely feeling like people who thought that were weird. Because before that, she was kind of, having fun in that space. And then maybe that was kind of her wake up call to be like, I can't just take these types of risks anymore. So I don't know. I don't get straight vibes from her. I'm not going to lie to you.
Hey, I'm turning my video off.
Oh my God. So what happened? The power just suddenly, did you hear crashes? Like what went on?
No, it just went out. It was funny because I was actually thinking about a plan. If it went out, I was like, if the power goes out, I won't stop recording. That way we can sync it up later. But yeah, it just went out. It was crazy. I mean, the weather outside was crazy. Like, I could barely see outside. We could hear the hail, and it was like windy, and then now it's just gone with our power. Just with our power away. So, yeah. Well, I've got my candle, so that's all great. Yeah, I'm recording this spooky podcast by candlelight.
Well, I just filled Ben in on everything that happened with Taylor Swift in the last 2 weeks, so that's all covered.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Well, did you have any upfronts, Erin?
Well, let's see. My power went out due to this crazy storm. Just a continued hard recommend for Vibe Check. I know I plugged it again last week. If Sam hadn't already texted about it and I hadn't already given it a +1, it would be my full obsession this week. I love it. Go listen to it. It's awesome.
I like it.
Fantastic.
No emails. I did check.
Oh, spooky.
Oh my goodness.
I am going to keep my camera off just because I don't trust that it's going to be any sort of good quality.
Yeah, I think
if I keep it on.
I think it's a good idea.
But I just wanted to show you how spooky it was.
You keep popping in and out like that. It's a purely visual gag.
I think there's something else. Well, Erin and I were talking before we started recording about the Locked Tomb series. I've been reading. My hold finally came up at the library, and so I've been reading Nona the Ninth, and it's very, very good. Y'all should check out that series. Although, actually, maybe wait until the 4th one comes out, because I know for a fact I'm going to have to reread all of these before I read that one.
Yep. Same. Big same. Absolute same. But I will reread them with pleasure and get something out of it. So.
True. So maybe
I will say that.
Do read them now. If
follow your heart. Do you?
Yeah, follow your heart. Agree. Okay, should we pop into Erin then?
Let's pop in.
Okay.
Speaking of reading, this is a bit of a stale obsession because I think like the internet people are outside. Oh, it's like a emergency vehicle? There's a weird vehicle out on the street. Please excuse me. It's got green, blue, and red flashing lights and white flashing lights. Like, let's see if we can see it reflected on my face. Yeah.
No.
Maybe it's the power.
Oh, a little bit.
Power getting restored. So my obsession, this is a bit of a delayed obsession because I'm not necessarily currently obsessed with it, but I would say I'm continued to be obsessed with it, which is something that I got a few weeks ago, which is an e-reader.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been a physical book reader person for ever since I was born. I could read ever since I was an infant. My motivation for getting an ebook was I wake up like sometimes 1 to 2 hours before Molly, and I've been wanting to read, but my room is too dark, and any sort of book light I've tried out has been too bright. I've gotten feedback that's been too bright, and so I was finally like, well, an ebook seems like the technology's really come a long way, and so I decided to just go for it, and I got a Kindle Paperwhite, and I freaking love it. Like, it's awesome. Like, the amount of backlit-ness to it is perfect for, like, reading in the dark. It, like, doesn't hurt your eyes. It feels like you're just, like, reading a magically lit book somehow. Do either of you have a e-reader?
No.
You said you got a Paperwhite? Is that the Kindle one?
Yeah, I got Paperwhite, and I used New York Times wire cutter to decide which one to get, and what I bought was a Paperwhite Kids edition, or like Kids, I think it's called like a Paperwhite Kids, which is the same exact hardware as a Paperwhite, except it comes with a cover and like a year subscription to like young adult books for the same price. So it also is so paper-like that for maybe like the first 2 books I read on it, I would like often like reach up to like turn a page, forgetting that I was reading an ebook. Like, that's how good it is. So just a huge rec. If you've been on the fence, I've definitely read more because I have it. It's just, I have big pockets, but I can put it in my pocket. It's really a reflection of my pockets more than anything. But it's great. It's really portable. I can read it anywhere. I've been enjoying getting books from the library and just kind of like, I've been reading a lot more. So just like a big fat plug for the freaking ebook.
Freaking ebook.
You know, Kylie hates ebooks so much. Or I should say she so prefers physical books that one of my favorite stories is that one time her grandmother got her an ebook or an e-reader for like a Kindle for Christmas, and she, without telling either of them, regifted it to her other grandmother.
Wow.
I love that, though.
And honestly, her other grandmother really liked it. So
yeah,
you know,
that's her prerogative. That's a great gift.
Yeah.
You know, I respect Kylie's point of view. I really do. I think that there's something really special to an ebook or a physical book. I just couldn't deny the benefits to my life any longer. So, and it is nice just not to have to worry about, like, is the lighting in here good enough for me to read? I can just read.
And it's not too bright.
Anything to keep me off my phone. It's not too bright. No. You can really adjust it. And you can adjust the warmth. And you can get a version that, like, will automatically adjust. But I haven't found that to be necessary. I can also, like, I've done a lot of reading on the porch, like, in the direct sunlight. And it's great. So I haven't found a situation where it's like the lighting is not good. Like, it's always just like, it's so good. It's like, I don't even think about it is how good it is. So
seems like you've been thinking about it to me.
I've been thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it in the moment. Right.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not like adjusting. I'm not like toggling.
That's right.
The brightness, the volume of the, for my eyes.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for me.
Cool. Thanks, Erin. Thanks for hotspotting to come back and join the podcast while your power's out and being a spooky
You're
podcaster.
welcome.
Happy October.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is very honestly. Did I just win? Like, did I just win like seasonal vibes? Like power out.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
You just tried to one up me after I said I went to Salem and watched Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
So true. So
I feel like if the only way it could have been better is if you were able to keep your camera on and your obsession was a scary story. That would have been
oh my god,
perfect.
I would have been like, pass.
All right, Ben, what you got?
I got an album, but I got a story to accompany it first.
Okay.
So it's the artist's name is Dan Wilson, and he was on Comedy Bang Bang a couple of weeks ago to promote his new EP that just came out. That is not the album I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
The album I'm obsessed with is an album from 2017 of his called Recovered, like re-covered. And he came on to promote that album on Comedy Bang Bang a few years ago. I really liked the album, completely forgot about it, and then it reminded me that it existed when he was on the podcast again. So I listened to it again and really been enjoying it once again. And here's the like whole pitch for the album. Dan Wilson is a very prolific songwriter. He's written songs for a lot of very famous people. He co-wrote Someone Like You by Adele. He also co-wrote You and I by John Legend. Nope. Treacherous by Taylor Swift, he co-wrote. A lot of, and like All Will Be Well, all these songs are on the album. So he is doing a cover album, but covering songs that he also wrote. Hence the name Recovered. Like he's recovering the songs and also he's covering them. Yeah, it's very clever. He also was the lead singer of Semisonic and wrote Closing Time. That's kind of like the most famous song that he actually wrote and performed. But him being a Comedy Bang Bang 5 years ago to promote this has been the source of one of my favorite music fun facts, which is that the guy who wrote Closing Time also wrote Someone Like You, which I just think is fun. But it's a really good album, and he does he's got a really nice voice, and kind of does his own take on all of the songs, as you would imagine. Especially the cover of Someone Like You, I think is really beautiful. It has what is it called? The Kronos Quartet, which is like a string quartet from San Francisco that features heavily on the track, and made me realize that like the original recording of Someone Like You should have had strings because it fucking slaps. Also, one of the cool ones on here is Not Ready to Make Nice by the Chicks. Are you familiar with that song?
Oh. Mm-mm.
So, are you familiar with the whole the Chicks' history with George Bush?
Yeah.
This was the song they wrote basically as a response to that whole ordeal, and it was like one of the first songs they released on the album that they released after that whole thing happened in 2003. Basically, it was very like symbolic, like fuck you, everyone who said that we were, should just shut up and sing. Like we're here to stay. It's a very, very good song. And he co-wrote it with them and also does a really good performance of it on this album. So I highly recommend. It's like a nice mix of very famous songs and then songs that I had not ever heard of. Cause like I said, he's very prolific. Like he's written songs for a lot of different people, a lot of like country artists that I never would listen to. There's a song on there called Home, which is originally by Dierks Bentley. Never heard that name in my life, but apparently it was the number one US Billboard Hot Country song in 2012.
I don't believe that's a real name, actually.
I don't either, but the song is good.
Dierks Bentley?
Dierks Bentley, yeah. He's a country artist.
Dierks.
Wow.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
That can't be right.
Wait, his Wikipedia...
Ben, you're out here making up names.
Listen, this has gotten weirder. His Wikipedia page says, Frederick Dierks Bentley, also known as Douglas Doug Douglason.
What?
Someone want to explain that to me?
It does say that. So his given name was Doug Douglason, and he changed his name.
I don't
wait,
think
no,
so.
it's not his given name.
Wait, Bentley's... Oh, here we go. Bentley's side project, a 90s country parody band named Hot Country Nights, signed on with Bentley's label in 2020. The act consists of Bentley and his road band, all of whom operate under stage names. He uses the stage name Douglas Doug Douglason.
Wow.
That's funny.
Do you know Macaulay Culkin's middle name is now Macaulay Culkin?
Say that again?
What?
Macaulay Culkin's middle name is Macaulay Culkin, so his name is Macaulay Culkin.
Oh.
I love that.
You like...
it looks like it's pronounced Dirks.
Whatever. I'm never going to say it again.
So it's Macaulay Culkin.
Doug, also known as Douglason.
That's right.
I'm
I'm
gonna wake up tomorrow. I'm gonna listen back to the podcast and like none of this is gonna be on it, and I'm gonna be like, where did I go during that time where the power was out and we were just having this weird conversation?
A different dimension.
Another dimension.
Yeah, y'all are gonna be like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, never mind. I don't even have the energy to catch what we were saying.
Derek Dougley Benlison. Derek Dougley Benlison. Yeah, so I was originally going to suggest that we listen to one of the songs together, but I feel like that might be ill-advised given the internet situation.
What if you shared your YouTube?
That's what I was...
We could try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Let's try it.
You're not going to double make my power go out.
All right, I'll give
Erin,
you...
just like...
You're not going to make my hotspot any hotter.
Erin, maybe just like raise your hand if your internet's not keeping up with it or something.
But my video's off. I know what you mean. All right, continue, Ben.
We'll do Someone Like You.
I don't hear anything.
I'm not playing it yet.
I know. That's freaking joshing.
I think that's cool.
Yeah, I liked that a lot, Ben. My takeaway was the same as yours, that the OG should have had
It also should have been slower.
I feel
this
like
is a slower tempo than the original.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I went back and
Oh, is it really?
I went back and listened to it. It's not significantly slower, but it's like it's noticeable. And I was like, this song. I feel like the original, like, it's obviously a sad song when you listen to it, but I feel like with this version, you can like it really hits that it's a sad song harder,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which I really like.
it is hard
it's
to
really sad.
listen to an Adele cover though, because I mean,
Yeah,
you can't. No one can hold a flame to Adele's vocals.
right. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate that he like
Made it
doesn't even really try. Like he's
Yeah.
you know like on the parts where she goes up in the chorus, he like stays down.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, in that way kind of just makes it his own. And, like, I feel like he does a good job of singing it to his vocal strengths, which is just, like, kind of the, like, soft-spoken, quieter type song.
I think more like prolific songwriters who, you know, work with other artists should do stuff like this. Like, actually, I just heard a story.
Cool?
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. I just heard a story the other day. Did you guys know that Breakaway, the Kelly Clarkson song, was actually written by Avril Lavigne?
No, really?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
That's such a banger.
Yeah. She wrote it as like a potential song for her first album, and then it just like didn't fit the vibe, so she ultimately like gave it to Kelly. But she did record it again at some point. I don't know if I was trying to figure it out while we were listening to that, whether it was like a whole album that she did like that of songs that she's written but not officially recorded, or if it was just that one. But there is like an official recording of Avril doing it. And when someone's sitting there pointing out to you like the things that are very Avril about it, like it really is like you can tell it's an Avril song if you're thinking about it. But both versions are great.
Absolutely.
I think it's really fun. Songwriters in general are cool.
Ben, what I thought you were gonna say when you're like, where she goes high, he stays low. I thought you were gonna say the parts where she goes high, he stays in his lane.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
He also closes the album with like a solo version of Closing Time that's really good.
Oh, dope.
Yeah. It's just
Cool.
a good listen.
I'm gonna listen.
Nice. I am gonna check it out.
The moment I get power, I'm gonna be all over that album.
Yeah. Cool, Ben. Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome, I guess.
Great.
Okay. Time for me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got?
Okay, so I got this thing. I really want to talk about it because it's been bothering me. Erin has heard about it already, but it is also something I'm going to have to show a video for, which that was a great test case, Ben, because now we know we can do that.
Yeah,
It's much shorter. Great. Okay, cool. So, Erin's seen this. I came across this video on TikTok, and I'm going to...
What's TikTok?
Explain that first.
And I'm going to show it to you now. Okay. Can you see?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Editing hand here. Ben's about to describe the video, but you can also find a link to it in the description for the episode. Okay, so that's it. Ben, you haven't seen this before?
Nope.
Can you describe the video for the people?
It's a woman dancing to a Chris Brown song, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
she's amazing. And there's also like an old man in the background dancing, and also is very good. It looks like it's maybe like a dance class.
It's a dance class.
Where everyone is just like having the best time of their life.
Yeah, it's a great video. It went viral. You can see it has like over 400,000 likes. Huh?
It went viral?
It went viral. It has a lot of likes. But so I watched that and I was like, wow, she did so fucking good. I was like, she did an amazing job. I personally, it is partly because of the shape of my screen, but I didn't notice the man in the back at first. But let me just show you the comments.
I was like, that lady is awesome and hot and killing it. I didn't notice the dude in the background.
She is. She's just to mention, she's a bigger woman. Like she's not like a skinny, like she doesn't, you wouldn't look at her and say like, oh, that looks like a dancer, but she did like an incredible job. Right. So, and that's important to what I'm going to say next, because if you look at the comments, yeah, she's great, but I want to know about Grandpa in the back. He's got a story. I watched her for 2 seconds, then all my attention went to Grandpa killing it. Grampy is so live. I love him. These are in order on the video. These are the comments that have like the most likes. She absolutely killed it. And Dan, whose grandpa is that? He killed it too. That one's kind of okay. Okay, I was too busy looking at the elderly man in the back. The older man, though, I get it, but Grandpa for real stole the show. Grandpa is a total vibe. I want to be part of this class. I wish I could take this class. Why are you not in my town? Okay, that one's fine. Whatever. Too many comments about Grandpa. This lady killed it. She put her all into it and it showed. Go girl. That is the first one. That's how many down is that? 2,
and
3, 4,
did you even
5.
mention the description of the video was calling out that woman as well?
Yeah. The caption says, this woman has been in my class every week and just been killing it. And she's literally doing an incredible job. So
she's
in
awesome.
addition, so I saw the comments on this video, and then I'm not going to show you it's like really annoying to look up stitches and duets on TikTok. So I'm not going to like show you those, but I found out how to do it just so I could go look at the stitches and duets on this video. And there are a lot of duets of people talking like who are like, oh, she's doing great. Oh, but who's that back there? And they're literally like every single one that I could find was people talking about the guy in the back. And like, it's not that he's a cute older man. He's got a red hat. Like he does kind of stick out behind her. Like, I'm not putting any blame on Ben for mentioning him when he was talking about the description of the video. Like, he's noteworthy.
Ben, this was a trap.
but like, I think it's really fascinating because I think people have a tendency, and I tried to do some research on this, but this is going to be a short like obsession of mine because I don't have a lot of backing information besides my own life to talk about it. But like, I think people have a tendency to look past and ignore and just like try, like they subconsciously don't see fat people. Like they saw this woman dancing, and then their eye immediately, without them even thinking about it, was looking for something else to watch because they were feeling uncomfortable about watching her dance, or they were just like, okay, well, she's obviously not going to be interesting, so let me see what else is going on in this video. Like, there's something I've heard people talk about it before in relation to service situations, like ordering food or like a drink or whatever, and watching people get served before you because the person that you're dealing with is like acting like you don't exist because you're fat, or that's how it feels anyway. Like, so I just like, it's like a weird like social experiment because this video went viral and it is very explicitly about her dancing. And not only is it about her dancing, but she's doing a really, really good job. But every single person who is like engaging with this video is choosing to make it about somebody else. Someone else who is behind her. It's like they're looking right through her in order to talk about somebody else. I'll put a link to the video in the description so you guys can all see this video, so you can see like that she is doing a really good job. But take our word for it.
I don't feel like I totally agree that that's entirely what's going on. I feel like it's also just more surprising to see an old man in like a baseball cap in a class like that. And so that's just like, that's kind of partially where your eyes get drawn because it's the most surprising thing in the frame.
And I'm sympathetic to that. I think it's just like okay, so when I watched this, and like if you scroll down further in the comments, there are other people saying this, I didn't notice him at all until I went to the comments. And other people have said that too. So I know that it's not inevitable for you to notice him. And yet, so much of the engagement is about this man who has his own video, by the way. Like he has his own, like, yeah, he like, and it's the top, it's like the pinned comment. Like the first comment shows like a video of him at his first dance class or whatever. He's cute. He looks like a sweet dude. The class seems really nice. Like it's no hate to grandpa, you know, but like, I think that what I noticed like was the scale of the distraction was so grand. Like,
I mean, I definitely was watching her for most of it. I didn't actually notice him until like the tail end of the video.
Yeah.
Because you know what happened is like someone else walks by and it like draws your eye to the back for a second, and then I noticed him. But I do feel like she's much more like, I mean, she's no shade to grandpa, but she's certainly a more impressive dancer than him.
She is definitely a more impressive dancer, but she's also, and she's like she's performing, like she's doing like faces. She's like, she's into it. She's into it. Like you know, like we mentioned, he's got a brightly colored hat on. He is like in the background through a lot of it. Like it's not, again, like I'm not throwing shade at
red hat, so it's a little bit worrying for a second. But there's no text.
We don't know.
There's no text on it.
There isn't. Okay.
I don't think so. I don't remember there being any text.
There's no text on it. I'm looking at it. It's just a red hat.
Red hats are out.
They're fraught. Yeah.
Yeah. Bad move. But yeah, I just have been thinking about it a lot. Like every morning since I saw it, which was like, what day was this? It was sometime over the weekend. I wake up thinking about it for some reason. It's also really not uncommon for things to go viral on TikTok because of weird stuff going on in the background. And I do get that as well. But it's just like kind of crazy to me that, like I said, the like scale of people just completely looking past her is really fascinating to me. Like even though I know he does draw your attention, like it's not even most of the top comments that even deign to mention her you know what I mean? Like I would be kind of devastated if I was her and this video went viral and this is what was happening, you know?
You know, Hannah, I think I absolutely see your point, and I think that I feel like I absolutely trust your instinct on this, Hannah, just from like you're having an instinct about it, right?
Yeah, I also don't mean to try to say that that's not at all. It's like I'm sure that's a part of it and probably a big part of it.
Yeah.
So I'm just watching it again because she's so good. She's doing such a good job.
Yeah, have you ever seen that video that? Gosh, it'll spoil it, but it's like you're asked to watch a video about these people playing basketball. And you're asked to, like, count how many times the ball bounces.
Yeah.
And then in the background, like, a man dressed in a gorilla suit walks through and you, like, don't even see him. I just feel like there is something to the power of attention. Like, if that had been a skinny woman, would we have let our attention stray? I don't know. It's impossible to say. Unless they made this a sneaky, like, anthropomorphological anamorph style experiment and actually made two exact copies of the same video and saw which one went viral. That would be interesting to do.
That would be interesting. You know, I kind of expected, because this went viral, I kind of expected that by this time that someone, like I follow a lot of like fat liberation creators on TikTok, like I kind of figured that one of them would have noticed this and said something, and they haven't. And also, interestingly, I talked about this with Ian, and he was also kind of, again, I'm not coming for either of you by saying this, but both of you were kind of trying, both you, Andy, and Ben, were kind of trying to like mitigate my responses to it, or trying to explain how this could have happened besides like people looking past the fat woman. and again, I'm not negating any of those. Any, like, Ian was saying that her clothing compared to the old man and also like some of the other people in the background is lower contrast. So the only thing that's like bright on her are her purple shoes, and then she's just got like black and white on, and then the old man has like this red hat, and there's like a person with an orange shirt in the background, and maybe that's like she's getting lost because of that, which I think is maybe an even weaker explanation for it. But like nobody has like a discourse has not been started, and I am like terrified to post my face on TikTok, let alone try to start a discourse. So this is as far as this is going to go. But
you know I also think rewatching it now, I feel like part of it is that for like the first 10 seconds, he's like slightly out of frame. Mm-hmm. And then like for the latter half, he's like almost equally sized in the frame with her. Like he kind of like slides out of the side and then is like sharing the screen with her for like a lot of it. Like they're basically in the same frame together, half and half, by like the 25-second mark. So I feel like there's almost like a jump scare element to it where he like slides out of nowhere and then you're like, oh, there's an old man there.
It's also possible that, you know, that's why this guy took this video at this particular class, is because he thought having him in the background would cause it to go viral. But yeah, I don't know.
It's a plant.
It just still
jet
continues
fuel
to bother
can't
me.
melt steel bars.
Because I just want her to have her moment. Like I want her to have her flowers. She did an incredible job, and she happened to have this dude behind her, and so nobody's talking about what a good job she's doing. And like I also want to know if she's like, is she online? Like he doesn't tag her social medias or anything, which is fine.
Yeah. Like, so this is the person who does the dance classes.
This is the dance teacher's account.
Okay.
And he tagged some people. He tagged Lizzo, for example. I can't see who he tagged on here, but I remember seeing that he tagged Lizzo.
And Lizzo hired that old man to be on her fat girl squad, on her big girl squad.
She does not have a TikTok.
How
do a comment about it.
Oh.
Her name is Carissa, though. He posted another video of her killing it.
Fucking good name. Where are you seeing this?
I just sent it to you.
Wow, Carissa explains it all.
Oh my god. Okay, and see this one, when did he post this? 4 days ago, which is her by herself. Only has 1,000 likes on it.
Yeah.
It's not. She's
Hannah,
not.
I'm not trying to show up Ben, but I believe you 100%.
Thank you.
If we're ready for a subject change, and I'm not saying we have to, I do have a power outage update. It's quite dramatic.
Oh, okay.
But are we ready for a subject change? I'm so sorry. I don't want to cut you off.
No, I am ready, and I hope that this didn't come off as an argument, but I do, like, I just feel strongly about it, and like
I feel like I was in an argument, so okay. I don't know what else.
We carefully laid a trap for Ben.
Go watch the video and watch Carissa, and then I'll post this other video too because I had not seen this. Thank you, Ben, because it didn't get pushed. All right, okay. What's your update?
So our power's out, obviously. Let me just preface this by saying, what was it? Not 3 weeks ago, our across the street neighbor's tree fell down in their front yard. A huge oak tree fell in their front yard and managed to miss any power lines or whatever. Mm-hmm. Well, our power is out because their next door neighbor, so a neighbor diagonal across the street, diagonal from us, a tree fell in the front of their house onto the street and pulled down several cables, including one now drooping in our yard. I know this because Molly went out there.
Oh my god.
It's like pitch black out there. There's like, so the truck I saw earlier was a fire truck.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so now there's workers dealing with it, but I guess there's a tree down that has taken down some cables, so I don't think we'll get power for a while.
Oh my.
Rip.
And I gotta say, it's never been a better time. Randomly, like several weeks ago, I was like, I should really have a tree person come out and assess the trees all around our house. So our trees have been assessed, and there's no like danger trees.
Wow.
So throughout all of this, I'm like, well, at least we don't have any danger trees.
Is that the official name for them?
Yeah. Definitely.
What makes something a danger tree?
Well, if it's gonna
dangerous.
fucking fall. Yeah. You know, what's funny, not haha, but the across the street neighbors who tree fell. Did I send y'all pictures of that?
No.
No.
Very dramatic. I'll post them in a Slack. That morning, so it was like that day that the tropical storm when Ian came through, the tropical storm came through, or the hurricane that we got the weather from. That morning, they that tree was in front of their bedroom, like right in front of the bedroom, and the woman opened the blinds and for the first time saw a huge crack in that tree and was like,
Wow.
"Oh no, we're getting a hurricane today!"
Oh my
It
God.
fell.
Wow.
But you didn't lose
Yeah.
power then when it fell.
No, because it fell in such a way where it missed their house, it missed the power lines, and she was like, it even missed our landscaping. So it was kind of miraculous. And so it just stayed there for a couple days until the tree people came out and took it down.
Wow.
But yeah, look at God.
All right, let's do homework so that Erin can go assess her freezer stuff or whatever you do when your power's
Okay,
out.
I just got restoration I got a text restoration work is complete in my area. I don't
Uh-oh.
think so. Bitch ass dark. I know for a fact there's a tree that has fallen and disrupted several wires. All right, yeah, but we should go. Also, the place we wanted to get takeout from, because we're like, well, we can't cook tonight, is randomly closed today.
What?
Oh,
Unrelated.
That's messed up.
Some bullshit.
I know.
So messed up. Ben, your obsession, this is way out of order, but your obsession made me really want to rewatch Grace of My Heart. Do you remember that movie?
No. What is that?
It's just some movie about a songwriter, and it's through the decades. She starts off in the 50s and is working until the 70s or something. I don't know. I just remember really liking it.
Grace of my heart, body and soul. Whoa.
It's $4 everywhere. Maybe I'll rewatch it.
Everywhere? Every store?
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Erin, what's your homework?
Get an ebook. Or don't. Read a book on the place that you like to do that. Or don't. God, stop asking me.
Hannah,
Sitting here in the pitch ass dark.
Ben, what's your homework?
My homework is listen to Recovered by Dan Wilson, the whole album. It's all good. It's all good.
There's a
All the way
freaking
down,
Taylor
baby.
Swift song on there.
It's got Dirky Dunkley Bentley on it.
Oh, good, baby. What's the little Dougie?
Wait, I wrote it down.
From
Oh, Dirks Dougie Bentlison. That's what I wrote down.
what's the from I Think You Should Leave? Little Dougie.
Oh, fuck. I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember it. Little Taffy Lee Tubbins. Bart Harley Jarvis. Fuck.
Bart
There's
There's
Harley
also
Jarvis.
one in the memoriam. Anyway,
Michael
okay,
Patrick
sorry.
Porkins, too.
All right, my homework is to go find great videos. Go to the link in the description, watch the video, comment about the fucking dancer. Her name's Carissa. She's amazing. And let's try to convince her to make a TikTok so I can watch more of her videos because she's very good. And watch more fat people dance. They do great stuff out there.
Have you watched Watch Out for the Big Girls on Prime?
No.
Hannah?
Is it good?
Hannah, you have to. Yes. Hannah. Yes.
Okay, so my homework is watch out for the big girls.
If you want to talk about fat people dancing, that show is 100% fat joy. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Okay. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Anthropology. I'm on TikTok at Hannah and her cats. And I posted a nice leaf video, speaking of being autumnal, so you could find that there. If you want to call us or text us, tell us your obsession over the next couple of weeks, you can do that at our phone number, 774-326-0420.
Is it?
Plays it. Don't tell Blaze it.
Don't tell us.
You can follow us on Twitter at TwoBroadPod. You can follow us on Instagram at WayTooBroad. You can email us at WayTooBroad@gmail.com. And if you missed any of that, you can find it all on our website, WayTooBroad.com or WayTooBod.com or nameyourselfjame.com or nameyourselfjameegan.com or jameegan.com for anything you want.
Fuck yes. Amazing. I forget every week that we got that. It's such a joy to learn it again.
Earnben.com for anything you need. MaxFun.org for a cute dog on a boat whose website we don't own. And check out Friends of the Chaos on Bandcamp. And that's it. Thanks for listening. Sorry if this was a little bit of a mess. It is Erin's fault, so blame Erin.
Well, my tree, again, no danger trees on my property. Not my tree that fell.
Hashtag not my tree.
Hashtag not my danger tree.
I have one final thing to report. I believe the baby name Erin was trying to think of was Little Denny Doo Dinkins.
Thank you. That is 100% right.
All right. The podcast candle is... Where's the lid? And now that I've lit it, it can't be
I can't do mine because it's currently my light source.
My podcast candle, because I still have electricity, is now extinguished. Bye.
Bye.
It's way too broad. What I'm trying to say, but I'll write it down and let it go. It's hard to